listening to the J and Radio Podcast and it's time for TV and Movie Reaction with your host KNDY-san.
Yo, what's up everyone? So, I had a chance to watch the 15th episode of Exchange 4. And, yeah, I have quite a bit of thoughts of this one. So, let's kick things off. So the couples are still in Japan, and with last week's episode, everyone got to learn who the exes were and get some backstory. So that was taken care of. But now that the exes are known, this now can possibly give more closure to the exes, the old couples, or possibly ignite discussions heated discussions prior to a breakup. So let's start off with well, you know what? Let's start off with with the first couple. We'll discuss Cho Yusik and Kwak Min-kyung. There's really nothing there. What we've seen so far in the past few episodes is Kwak Min-kyung. The stress is really getting to her. She's already complained about her skin complexions, getting worse. Possibly the stress or lack of sleep, and then also she has that looks like a little blood vessel popped in her eye, which happens. Yeah, I know that she's been self-conscious about that, and she hasn't been showing herself that much, and that's no surprise there. Cho Yusik, he's been quite popular with the ladies as of late, and I think it's because his demeanor and his approach, and also the way he speaks. He's a very reserved person, very stoic, and I think for everyone, when they see him, who his ex was, and learning more about his background, they see him more as a gentle person. And being the tall guy there, he is kind of the gentle giant of the group, professional dancer and so forth. And again, his breakup with Min-kyung was primarily due to work and his dedication to work, and realizing that, too late, that it affected his relationship, and he's been head over heels over his girlfriend, or ex-girlfriend. The problem is that Min-kyung has wanted to test the waters, like you could say, with different guys, and she came on the show with that type of attitude, and starting to realize that with her standards, there's no other guy. The other guys don't, catch her attention as much as her ex. So, will they reunite? It's hard to say, but right now it's not looking like it. Looks like he and Park Hyunji are the ones that are getting closer so far in episode 15, which leads us to the double X. So we have Song Baekhyun, and we have Shin Song-young, who both dated Park Hyunji. Now, with Baekhyun, he is currently dating a lot with oh my gosh, my brain's okay, Yoon-young. Now I just remember there, but there is something that the series and even people watching the show has caught on. He's very touchy with his ex, and that kind of gives mixed signals, right? I mean, touching her thigh, stroking her arm, and I can see that, for someone who shows that he doesn't have much interest in his ex, when you do that, it just doesn't I can see why he gets criticized for that. And it was like, why? Well, he's pretty much a hypocrite, because he talks, that he has no interest in her, but yet he's like touching her, and really close. They're both. The thing is, both of them, for an ex, they seem like they still have a lot of chemistry. But that chemistry was when they were much younger, and so much has changed now. But I think with Baekhyun, you could tell, because in the way I see myself resembling him a lot the most, in terms of, you have a lot of female friends. You're probably good at, or hanging out or talking with a lot of women. Is just something that I could see him really doing really well. But the thing is, on television, sometimes I wonder if he's conscious about the touchiness, and that's something I probably, if I was in his shoes, I wouldn't put myself in. The next one is Shin Song-young. I think pretty much is that, I think of all the guy characters that I feel is just really cool, it's probably him. And yes, him and Park Kyun-ji didn't last. This is really interesting, but when it comes to Park Kyun-ji, beautiful person right there. Her relationship with Baekhyun symbolizes young love during the early 20s. Her relationship with Park Kyun-ji is more towards adulthood, and the problem is that though they had love and they were both a vibrant couple, it just would suddenly lead to arguments. And unfortunately, I think while she had interest in both exes, I think he shut it down and he misspoke. He probably it just came out. But I think what happened during the conversation of their breakup and how it happened, and she was saying that, you know what, it put her in an emotional mess, that she truly hated him. And when he heard those words, it was just more of those emotions of saying, you know what, you're making me feel like a POS, that I'm going to get one dig at you. And that dig was him saying that breaking up with her was, what was the word again? But for the most part, he just said that it was like a weight taken off his shoulders, pretty much. And I forgot the exact words, but it was something like that. And she got very upset. Relieved. He felt very relieved, and that was not what she was expecting. But he said it, and in a way, I kind of find that very enlightening. So, right now, she's been targeting Cho Yusik, and I found that very interesting because she's been close to Min-kyun, but now things are being revealed. The next couple would be Kyujong and Park Ji-hyun. Oh my gosh, in episode 15, these two, it's just oil and water. Very different personalities. And this is really interesting because you have people say opposites attract, and people tend to like using that when two people in the relationship are very different. And does that make things worse, or does it make things good? I think it's depending on the person, right? You and this person could be so much in love and be in the same pathway. And I think that's Min-kyun and Cho Yusik are that. They grew up together, they had the same type of careers, or they were both dancers and on stage, and they both were full of love, and their breakup led because, he was busy with work and she wanted more time, and it just led to a fight, and it was possibly something that could have been fixed if they just gave some time, and then, they could have got back together. But I think they just left that as that, and hearts were broken, and it just, I think both have regrets in that situation. But in the situation of Jung and Park Ji-hyun, I think one of the problems is, again, they're two different people, and the things that they argue about their relationship, I think there's a lot of frustration, because you could tell that they were opposite. They were probably operating on a opposites attract type of couple, type of atmosphere and type of relationship. But the problem is that one is more of a thinker and the other is not. In fact, he has ISTP and she has ENFJ, totally opposites, right? So I think what happened is that she was striving for a career as an announcer or as an actress, and she's a person that, likes to partake in fun and, doesn't mind splurging once in a while, or where Jung Kyung or Won Q, it's not Jung but Won Q, I think in this situation here, he is a person that is, once you tell him that you need to save money, he looks at it as, okay, as a couple, we'll save money, we'll probably, eat cheaply or do whatever we can to do that as a couple. But when you start saying, oh, let's go out and eat and let's splurge, he gets very upset with that. He doesn't even he didn't like it when you say that you wanted to become something and you have a test coming, you put in his head, you put everything towards that and do what you can to achieve those, awesome results. He's not the kind of person that's, that says, okay, well, you want to have fun, even though you say you have a test, that's not cool with me. So again, two different perspectives when it comes to that. Like for me, when I'm to the mindset that even though I do travel a lot, I'm also cognizant, I do know, and I am aware that work is very important, and also with my not being at work, that it affects other people that I work with if I'm not there. It's one thing to take 1 week or 2 weeks, but I've been known to take, travel for long, as long as they allow it, doing that. But I am, again, aware of those situations. So what would happen once, probably a month out of the year, that's doable for me. But it's not something I can do like some people where they do it throughout the year. And, they do it for their relationship and the love of the person they love. But it's one thing to have that, but I also start thinking about the people who can suffer because I'm out enjoying things. And some people don't think that way. Some people think it's my vacation. It's my, we all have the right to live life the way we want and have fun and not dedicate so much to work. But for me, it's just that everything, I think part of me being a Libra looks at things in both ways. And yeah, I like to enjoy myself and have fun through traveling, but at the same time, I have to realize when I get back, there's going to be a lot of work. And also knowing that by not being at the workplace, and especially if you have a job that people rely on you, it becomes a major challenge. So I think that's a thing between both he and his ex. Totally different, but the thing is, they talk passionately about what they believe in and but they really they really have problems with each other. They're just too different, and I don't know, I can't see them getting back together. The next one is Kim Woo-jin and Hong Ji-yeon, and of course Hong Ji-yeon has been with Won Kyu most of the time, and she showed interest towards him, even though her ex Woo-jin Kim would try to be closer to her or to talk to her, and he knows her very well, and she seems like someone that needs to be pampered quite a bit. But with that being said, a concern that I had was this 15th episode is that she actually wrote him and actually confessed that she wished she could have had a travel date in Japan with him. And of course that gave him a lot of feelings about, well, does my ex really care about me? Maybe we do have a chance to get back together. The previous episodes, I'd say there was no chance that her and Won Kyu were going to be a couple. But no, I think this one kind of showed a glimpse that maybe things with her and her ex are not done. He's really striving to make sure that he can, that he continually impresses her. That's showing that he'll do whatever he can to make the relationship work. So I think she sees that. But with that being said, unlike the other women who get jealous when they see their exes with another woman, Ji-yeon's not that type. It's like she doesn't care. And I find it very interesting, but again, we'll see what happens there. And then of course, the biggest reveal was Lee Jae-hyung and Choi Yoon-young. And I've talked about it in previous reaction videos, and I felt that Yoon-young is possibly one of my favorite characters, or not characters, but people in the house, because she's also vibrant and full of energy. With that being said, the 15th episode, there are things that came out that I have to say that I kind of feel a little bit saddened for her ex, Lee Jae-hyung. So they broke up prior to him joining, the mandatory military, and they broke up 3 months before. And yes, they were immature, they were young at the time, but I think what she did by having a relationship with his best friend and someone that they were acquainted with is just really, I think it really sucks. And that, for him, that fed his anger, and he had to write journals because he had a hard time, when he heard it and dealing with it. And I would feel the same way if you had a big, a friend, a best friend especially, who hooked up with your girlfriend, especially while you're out in the military. You're gone for a year. I thought that sucked. But the thing is, again, whereas Won Kyung and Ji-hyun are two different types of people, Yun Young is a person that feeds off happiness. She has to be happy. She does not like to feel miserable. It's her. It's just how she is as a person. And so when she looked at having a relationship with her ex's best friend, she saw it more as of trying to keep herself happy instead of being miserable. She didn't think about the best friend. She just thought about, she felt miserable, she wanted to be happy, and this led to her happiness. He, on the other hand, took it as a slap in the face and, wanted to get his thoughts to her before one last time, because he knows they're probably not going to see each other again. They're too different, and they went on different paths. They met when they were younger, much younger, and now they have changed 6 years after their breakup. So I think their breakup was pretty much, at least it was between the two. They remained. I think they remained. At least, civil. And I don't want to use the word friends, but as exes, I think they were really quite civil in how they demonstrated themselves in front of the cameras. But I have to say, though, that I was a bit disappointed in Yun Young in finding that, because I've been in that position before, where you're the girl you love and you have friends that end up, that girl ends up being with your buddies or your best friend. And in my situation, it's just more of I hated it, I disliked it, and I could see how that made me feel for her ex right away. It's like, damn, dude, I feel bad for you. So, but again, being much older and watching this show and seeing it both ways, you can understand the type of person she is and why she made those decisions. But at the same time, though, I just I don't know. So my thoughts about Yun Young being one of my favorite people in the show kind of changed after I saw that. I just, wow. So if anything, who do I think that we're going to get one more catfish, because there's an open spot. I think we're going to have another person, possibly a female, and I'm kind of wondering whose ex that this person, I'm assuming, because we already have one woman, with two male exes, so I think we're going to have a female with, it's going to be interesting. It's definitely going to light things up. I'm actually enjoying this season. It's a very different, in a way, it's going more like the Terrace House route with these episodes, with this season especially, really milking the drama on this one, which isn't bad. It makes for good television, but at the same time, it's just something different. And again, I'm enjoying the show. I'm enjoying the characters, or the people living the show. I keep on saying characters, but they're not characters, they're actual people. But at the same time, I think it'll be interesting to see how these last few episodes play out. I think we got about 7 more episodes left, so I think that's pretty cool. That'll keep us going, unless there's 2 episodes per week, but perhaps this will keep on going through January, or unless they start to do 2 episodes a week leading to the new year. I guess we'll see. But that's my thoughts of this latest episode. So you all take care, and I'll see you later. Wink, wink, and